The topic for today is, why didn't Ghidorah kill Godzilla this way? A thought just came to my mind. If Ghidorah really wanted to hurt Godzilla, why didn't he just go into outer space and then hurl him back towards the planet? Ghidorah didn't lift Godzilla that high. If we look back at the movie, yes, it was high for Godzilla's weight, but he could have lifted him much higher, no? Wouldn't he have done even more damage if he dropped Godzilla on his head from all the way from Earth's orbit? You may ask, how could he do that? Could he even survive in space? Well, the origin that they're rolling with, at least in this movie, is that he is from outer space. If Ghidorah is from space, and he doesn't need oxygen, and he's just completely alien, that means that he can traverse throughout outer space. Now, it would depend on how he got here, but for some reason there seems to be a suggestion that Ghidorah goes to different planets on purpose. He doesn't just aimlessly wander space. For all we know, in this iteration of the Godzilla franchise, he did. None of that's the point. The point is, he could actually survive in space if he needed to. Could he even go up there though? I mean, the escape velocity is the minimum speed an object has to be going in order to escape the gravitational pull of the Earth, or any planet, any mass to be precise. To escape Earth's gravitational pull to enter the orbit, you would have to be going 11.186 kilometers per second. Let's put it into better perspective. For a rocket to leave the surface of the Earth and enter into outer space or into the Earth's orbit, it needs to be going about 11 kilometers or 7 miles per second, and that's over 40,000 kilometers per hour, or, as we know it in the US, 25,000 miles per hour. Ghidorah's top speed is 550 kilonauts, or 633 miles per hour. So he wouldn't be going nearly fast enough anywhere near that to enter Earth's orbit. So while it is probable and very likely that Ghidorah can survive in outer space, it's safe to assume that he's here to stay. So even if he wanted to, he couldn't bring Godzilla up past the orbit to toss him into space. Unless there's something else about Ghidorah that we don't know. I mean, from what we've been learning about these kaiju, they don't seem to obey a lot of the laws of biology. So for all we know, 550 kilonauts is as far as we've seen Ghidorah fly. It seems though that these modern Godzilla movies are a little bit more tethered in reality. I can't see any Mothra assuming a form to suddenly travel back through time and do all of that junk. I mean, if they do that later on, that's gonna be kind of cool. I don't know how they're gonna make it campy like that from a serious movie, but yeah, they don't seem to be going that direction with the MonsterVerse. Then again, there's a lot about these monsters that we still have yet to wonder. So, to answer the question, that's why Ghidorah didn't kill Godzilla that way, because he couldn't. He flew up as high as he could with Godzilla and dropped him. If he had tried going all the way up to the atmosphere, why didn't he go all the way up to the atmosphere? At first, when we saw Godzilla fall down in that clip in the trailer, I thought that, wow, maybe Ghidorah is really smart and he's gonna drop Godzilla all the way from the atmosphere to kill him, because that would get him pretty close. But Ghidorah didn't. He could have. Sure, he couldn't have left Earth's orbit, or he couldn't have left Earth's atmosphere without going the appropriate speed, but nothing was stopping him from flying up much higher than he did in the movie and dropping Godzilla from a considerable height. Unless he didn't actually want to kill Godzilla. As I mentioned before in other theory videos for Godzilla King of the Monsters, Ghidorah is a destructive force, but he seems to be out to get the humans or to wipe what ails the planet, which is us, which is what Vera Farmiga's character said. He only wanted to rule the kaiju and have them do his bidding. He never sought to kill any of them. And Godzilla was attacked by Ghidorah because Godzilla attacked him first, and Ghidorah saw him as a threat to the alpha position. Maybe he believed that Godzilla wasn't steering the planet right, and he let the planet go. He let us infest the planet to such a degree where we're destroying it, and Ghidorah basically told Godzilla to move over. But does this actually mean that he wanted Godzilla dead? I mean, even if we have some historical pieces that say that Ghidorah fought Godzilla's kind a long time ago, Did he actually kill any of them? Like, go out of his way cold-heartedly just to kill them for no reason? We know these animals that there's always a reason. Our video that's released shortly after this one is called Are the Skullcrawlers Really Evil? We see them as villains, but are they really that malevolent as we make them seem? You may think I'm being biased because I like dragons, and you know, when they say three's a crowd, it's not in the case of Ghidorah because it's just like the more the merrier. But I really do think that we should get all the kaiju a fair shake in observing their direct behaviors, and nothing in Ghidorah's behavior told me that he actually wanted to kill Godzilla. Godzilla looked like he wanted to kill Ghidorah. That's without a doubt. Godzilla doesn't mess around. I mean, we've also seen his track record with what he did to the Mutos. In the Mutos, I can see Godzilla being upset or irritated or even concerned about their existence on the surface, which is why the female being there in the last movie doesn't make any sense. But I could see that because these things preyed on his kind or were parasites to his kind. Also consider the history that Godzilla might have known that kaiju that they saw in the cavern, the one whose skeleton they found with the two spores attached to it. So if that was the case, and that was Godzilla's mom or brother or kin or friend or just another member of a species that he happened to have known at the time, and this is highly likely since Godzilla goes all over the planet, which is another video I'm gonna do. Oh my god, so exciting! But what if he did know this dude? What if it was his girlfriend or his father or something, and he saw the Muto Prime or whatever Muto attacked him inject the eggs into this poor kaiju, and Godzilla was there, front row seats to see this poor kaiju suffer as his energy was sucked out of him literally by the offspring of the stupid Mutos in Godzilla's eyes. That would have been horrible. That would have been a reason for Godzilla to be so aggressive towards those Mutos. Even still, the Mutos were doing what they had to survive, but I'm just saying that that was Godzilla's motivation to want to kill them. So why did he want to kill Ghidorah? Maybe in the past, some of Godzilla's kin or other kaiju tried to fight against Ghidorah when Ghidorah tried to establish balance or his own rule of what he wanted, and he ended up killing some of them. I don't see how he would have done that though, because he doesn't do that in this one. Like, I just don't see it. Usually the behavioral patterns are supposed to be across the board with individual characters, so if Ghidorah killed kaiju before, or killed Godzilla's kind before, if they went up against him, why wouldn't he do that with Godzilla? If you say that, oh, he just couldn't because Godzilla was too powerful. Yes, he could. He could have flown a lot higher. Maybe he couldn't kill him in the way of dropping him from space, but he could have flown a lot higher and still killed him, even at the edge of the atmosphere. And he could have kept on taking Godzilla up and dropping him again. Remember, Godzilla takes a while to heal, and when he dropped from that height, he was disabled for quite a bit. Remember, the humans had to use the Orca to try and lure Ghidorah away from Godzilla to give him time to recuperate, and then Mothra had to step in. Dude, if Ghidorah had taken Godzilla up at that point in time and just kept dropping him from the height, wee, drop, boom, wee, drop, boom, eventually Godzilla would tap out really heavily. If not dead, he would have been disabled for a very long time and gone to sleep for a very long time. I don't think Ghidorah actually wanted to kill Godzilla. Not only that, but why wasn't that the first thing that he did when he met Godzilla? It seems to me that Ghidorah only did this as a last resort when he saw that nothing was working and Godzilla wasn't being subdued. I don't think Ghidorah actually wanted to kill Godzilla, or he would have. These kaiju are very intelligent. Godzilla himself is very intelligent, and when he wants to kill something, he goes for it. He probably doesn't use his atomic breath right away because it takes a while for him to charge up, or maybe it gets more powerful the angrier he gets, or it charges faster the angrier he gets, but he goes straight in for the kill. You know he means business when you see him fighting something. I just don't think this was the case with Ghidorah. My idea is that Ghidorah wanted Godzilla to bow before him just like everyone else. He wanted him to bend the freaking big ass knee. Godzilla didn't. Ghidorah tried to give him a spanking. Godzilla gave Ghidorah a spanking. Ghidorah got mad because he's like, no, I'm the spanker, not the spankee. What are you doing? But death wasn't in the works for Ghidorah. He was acting more as like a judgmental parent than anything. And that's just a theory, but what do you guys think? Do you think that Ghidorah really wanted to kill Godzilla? And if he did, why didn't he just, maybe he couldn't drop him from outer space or hurl him back to the planet that way, but he could have certainly carried him up a lot higher or done that from the beginning. Let us know in the comments, and thanks so much for watching. This has been Alteori. You ask, we answer.